That's the whole lesson. Just keep trying. Interesting.
To really pray that I can like somehow be used as an instrument to distribute Bhagavatam, and then
When do you do that,
trying.
Frank? When do you do that?
Usually beforehand, during, and after. Usually before book distribution.
Well, what do you mean before book distribution? You're sleeping? Are you praying while you sleep?
No.
Not yet.
Not yet.
That is an advanced stage of Krishna consciousness. We're not there yet, okay. But you do pray when you're awake.
Yes, I try to.
So he taught you about the value of sleep. Okay. And have you had any success selling books? I mean sets?
Yes, it's been going better after I got to follow him around for some time.
Well, that is the process. Prabhupada once was so pleased when we sent out from New York our best men to different temples. They had mastered the art of selling books in airports and different places, and the whole movement wanted it. But we just sent out the men of our LA temple go everywhere and teach. And I wrote that to Prabhupada. In fact, we bought a bus, which we separated those men from LA temples, which temples don't give up their books, which we did. And we bought a bus, and we called it the BBT, TSKP. And they would just drive up to different temples with some of the best devotee book distributors on the planet and teach them how to do it. So when I described that to Prabhupada, he said, I like that you are sending out your best men to teach others. That is the process of Krishna consciousness. To train others, to teach others. Do this so that in the future, every devotee will know the art of distributing my books. This is approved by me. Those were his exact words. So that's good that you went there and what service do you do?
I'm working with Krishna House under Ramesvara Prabhu's guidance.
And what do you do there?
I'm trying to take care of the younger brahmacharis, help them get accustomed to book distribution, and going out myself with them. I'm hoping to...
What is your connection with Maharaj?
Maharaj is like my Param Guru in the sense Ramesvara Prabhu learned from Maharaj how to set up an ashram. And so Krishna House is inspired by Dandavir Goswami.
Anymore.
In our movement, and it's not properly recognized, just like with Admi, the things he did, nobody even knew. So with Maharaj, it's not properly recognized that he was the greatest teacher of new bhaktas, making new devotees. He once had me make what was called the Year of the Bhakta. I remember that very clearly. He was the expert making devotees and training them. One of the earliest devotees that he trained was me. I had joined in a different temple. My mentor was a devotee named Karandar. And after some squabbling with the temple president, they agreed. Eventually, I did to LA with Karandar. The temple president wasn't happy, but he agreed. So my first morning, I wake up in New York. I'm aimless. What do I do? And there was our temple commander in chief. You know what he did? He handed me a broom. He gave me my first service in New York. He knew how to engage anyone. He knew, and not to waste a moment. He was a most excellent. He just not given enough credit for that. I'm one of his trainees.
Yeah.
And we work together so hard.
Yeah. After he was a new bhakta when he came, but after 2 weeks I had to give him Bhagavatam class.
After 2 weeks,
you were a new
he had you give
bhakta.
Bhagavatam class.
You were a new bhakta, but after 2 weeks, he had you give him Bhagavatam.
No, the temple.
You did it.
No, the temple.
Oh, I did it. Yeah, my temple. When I was about,
Oh.
When he came to LA,
I had gotten first initiation before I came. I got my first initiation in April, and I showed up in June, just in time for the installation of Sri Rukmini and
Right.
Shilavati and Naranda were installing the deities, and I sat there right in the front, mesmerized. And he was my temple commander-in-chief. So in those days, as you said, whatever he wants, you do. I had that same move towards him. He's being humble and shaking his head. But I was already like, my life was already Buddhist. Actually, it was the first service, like the very first day I ever moved into the temple. I was a Buddhist. Back in 1970 when there was a Buddhist tradition. And the temple, I asked the temple president, what should I do? And he didn't give me a room. He said, well, and then I said, what would Prabhupada like the most? Oh, he said, well, you see when you got those books, it's what Prabhupada likes the most. I said, oh, I could do that. So my very first morning in this time became my life in service. I became a Buddhist teacher. But Rukmini and Dwarkadish deities are very special because the greatest marathons in the history of our movement took place because of them, under their loving, empowering glance and their beauty. All the great marathons of this time that are historic. The first Christmas marathon. Printing books in 2 months, 17, I mean everything. That's the power of Rukmini and Dwarkadish. Very special beings.
you were saying you sent out the best man. Papa wanted you to send the best man. You all sent San Francisco, the tall one, young one.
So, Prabhupada was telling you to send your best men. And in San Francisco,
You sent your best man from San Francisco to Australia.
you sent your best men from San
Canadian,
Francisco to Australia. Guna
Young,
Graham?
tall one. He passed away.
I said, Udi Manta.
Uri Manta, yeah. And
I
Uri Manta,
arranged for that.
yeah, that had a huge effect.
Well, because Prabhupada loved, you send out your best men to train others. And he told me one of his famous quotes. And this is not for everyone because he wanted the temples to flourish. But for me, he said, think globally, not locally. Not too many devotees got that order. Papa designed me for worldwide activity, not just New Yorkers. Anyway, when he said things like that, we took it into our heart as our, please, Krishna, Lord, Hari, Aramatma, please, that we have no other interest in that, no separate interest than Prabhupada's interest. No separate mood other than Srila Prabhupada's mood. That's how you become a Bhakti. You pray like that while you're chanting your round. Oh Hare, oh Krishna, oh Ram, please use it. I'm nothing. Let me be Prabhupada's instrument to sell his books. From the day I first started chanting japa to today, to this morning. That's all I think about when I'm chanting my rounds. How to be an instrument for Prabhupada. And if you are sincere in your heart with such a request, when you're begging, when you're so desperate, the Lord will answer. And the history of our movement is based on devotees being desperate to be empowered, desperate to be able to serve when we feel so unqualified. That's the history of this God's greatest successes. Can you imagine a devotee being in the movement for less than 1 year and being told by Srila Prabhupada, or 2 years at the most, other than Jadavani, being told, I want you to paint what God looks like. What? No. I want you to paint more beautiful. I want the classical Renaissance style. But it must be more beautiful because it's God. It must be more beautiful than Michelangelo and Raphael and Da Vinci. It must exceed. There's like 3 or 4 artists that they're not professional artists. They're like, what? And then Prabhupada taught them the meaning of desperate, praying when you're desperate, when you're hopeless. The greatest art, which is the Christian art, which started the whole revolution of Buddhist religion, that was born out of the most intense anxiety. Anxiety is one of the most important qualities you could ever develop in your heart. You're anxious to please your guru. You're desperate to please him. And you feel hopeless and I have no qualification. All of those thoughts and prayer and like japa and everything at every moment, Krishna will empower you. You have no idea how many paintings these untrained artists did in 3 or 4 months. It was an amazing marathon. And they felt so unworthy, so helpless, so unqualified. They suggested, Prabhupada, send us to Italy. We'll study in Florence in the great academies of Renaissance art. And after about 5 years, we'll come back and then we can paint the way you want. And Prabhupada said, no.